Okay, boys, this right here is the exact strategy that got me profitable. I'm gonna explain it every step of the way, and yeah, let's not make this video too long, but I'm gonna go deep in every single one, so in every single concept. So let's get it started. So this video will consist of me explaining every single step you need, and then showing you some backtesting. I'm just gonna open up TradeZella. I don't really know will the trades next win, like other people that just find some trades that are good and then just put them into the video. I'm not gonna do that, just going to go with whatever happens. So let's first start explaining what you need actually for this strat. So the first thing the strategy consists of is the bias. Now what I do is the Mac model inside TMB. You'll see that what I'm talking about. So the Mac model goes by 4-hour. You are finding bias only on the 4-hour time frame. So only 4-hour time frame. You are looking for for the most recent break structure on a fractal, and to whatever side that break structure is, that will be your bias. So for example, if it broke structure to the upside with the last fractal, sorry, not on the last fractal, but if the last break structure on a fractal is to the upside, then you're going to be looking for longs. After that, what you need is let me put this as well. So now you are going to mark out, in this case I'm only trading London session, that's because I can only trade that, but other people in Discord trade New York as well, but I'm trading only London. So sometimes I traded New York, but right now only London at the moment. So right, so you are marking out Asia low. I'm gonna type it out like this: mark out Asia low high, depending on the bias. So obviously if you are bullish, mark out, and if you are bearish, mark out high. Okay, that's the second part you need. So basically what we are doing here is we need a sweep of liquidity, which means that if we are bullish, we need for price to sweep Asia low. So if we are bullish, we need, let's say, PA to sweep Asia low, and vice versa for the high. Okay, so these are the key things you need to have as of now. You have the bias, you have the sweep of liquidity. The next thing you are looking for is the fake out. So the fake out is actually, so the way we look at the fake out, I'm gonna explain it by an example so it will be clear. But the fake out, actually what it is price. So after the sweep, I'm gonna type it out as well. After the sweep, you are waiting for a bullish candle if the sweep was if you were, I'm just gonna type it, if price swept the low, and you are waiting for a bearish candle if price swept the high. After you got that first bearish or bullish candle, you are waiting for the next candles to retrace back into 0.079 level, which is fake out zone. So that's a fib level. I'm going to explain it as well. You will need my fib settings for this to work. So that's the fake out. The next thing, so I'm going to take this slow. I will not rush anything so that you guys can understand this and make yourself profitable with this model. Okay, so now we got the fake out. So the next thing we are looking for after the fake out is a break of structure. So the break of structure is basically break of structure for us. So basically close above a fractal high low. So that's all you are looking for, but we have to so I'm gonna specify this a little bit. Candle close above or below a fractal low or high. I'll also give an example of this as well. And the last thing we are looking for is the entry, and the way we are doing the entry is fib tool 0.61 level or the Goldilocks zone. So the Goldilocks zone is between 0.5 and 0.618. I do closer to 0.618. And yeah, this you can screenshot. This is all you need to apply this model for now. There's other things as well, but I'll talk about that later. This is like the brief example of the strategy that I'm using. So you can screenshot this. This is all you need to follow the strategy as of now. So this is what you need to get started on it. You need to learn this, and yeah. So I'll give you guys an example on this by going to TradeZilla, and we're going to find a trade. So this is the first part of the video is done. Now let's get through some backtesting examples, and you'll see exactly. When I find the trade, I'll explain every single step on the trades. So yeah. Okay, boys, we are back at the charts on TradeZilla right now. We are continuing where I left off with my backtesting, and we're going to give you guys some examples. So this is 2024, the year. We are currently in March, and let's explain this. So first, what you're going to do is always mark out the times, which is the thing I forgot to mention in the first place. But the times are for Asia, so midnight and 8 a.m. on UTC +1, and 1 p.m. is when London opens. So yeah, let's start. That's the first times you need to mark up. Then we are going to the 4-hour time frame, and we are going to look at the most recent break of structure. So this fractal did not have any breaks. This as well, this as well, this okay, this as well. But this one, as you can see, price broke through the fractal above and closed above, which means this is a most recent break of structure, and it's to the upside, which means we are going to need price to sweep the low, which in this case is, so this is Asia session between midnight and 8 a.m. So this is the low of Asia session. So okay, what? So we are going to be looking for price to take out this level right here. So obviously after 8 a.m. Let's see if it does it. It does it here. The next thing we are waiting for, if you remember what we were talking about, is the fake out. The fake out zone. So we cannot draw it until we get a first bullish candle in this case, because we swept out the low. So let's wait for the bullish candle. This is the bullish candle, so now we can mark out the zone. The way we do that is previous session high, in this case, to the current session low, which means from the high of Asia, which is right here, to the last low. And as you can see, this right here is the fake out zone. Also, screenshot this will you will need this. These are my settings of the fib tool, so make sure to note those down and copy them. So the reason I got 0.5975 is, as I said, I'm enter closer to 0.618, but I want to include the spread as well, so that I make sure if price reaches 0.618 that I'm in the trade. So yeah, okay, random alarm. Yeah, we are looking for price to come back down into the zone with the next candle or the candle after that. So as you can see, the way we do that is mark it out like this on the exact line. This would be the zone, and as you can see, this candle did move down. So it opened here, moved down into the fake out zone, and then moved up, which means the fake out has been completed. So the next thing we need to look for is the break of structure. Okay, so that needs to be on a fractal. So let's see what happens. The first fractal is right there, which I don't think is going to happen. So we have to wait for a new one, which is right here now. So we wait, and we get the break structure right there. So this right here would be the break of structure. So now we will mark out the fib tool from the low to the high that created the break of structure. and let's see where does this take us. So we keep extending the fib until we get filled. This right here looks like it might fill us, so let's just put the trade on. So always aim for 3R. This is what we do at TMB. So I'm going to initial balance 1% risk on this account just for the sake of it while I'm backtesting. And yeah, let's see it. Okay, this did not get us filled, but it extended the fib, which means we just extend the fib as well and follow it until we get filled. Okay, we are approaching our latest time fill for London session, which is 12:30 right there. So if price doesn't fill us by 12:30, we need to cancel every limit order. At this case, obviously these are news events, so you have before trading you're obviously going to look at the Forex Factory, and you're going to see that this was a news event, which means that 15 minutes prior we have to close any trades if we are in them and not take any trades 15 minutes prior. So since this was here, we do not take this. So the next possible trade is 15 minutes after the news, which is obviously already in the New York session. In this case, we dip down. And now the range we would be looking at is this. And we will be looking at a New York crossover, which is another rule, but I'm not going to explain it in this video. So what are we looking now? We are looking, so let's check the bias to see how the bias is doing. Okay, so we have a candle that is forming right now, and it's probably going to close bearish, but we cannot know that because it's still open. So the next close is 14 p.m. So at 14 we can expect price, the candle is going to close and we might actually have a bias switch. So let's look at this. So we swept London low right there, and we have the previous session high to the current session low to give us the fake out zone. We have a bullish candle, and the next candle has to hop back into this zone, which does happen. So the fake out zone has been completed. Now we are looking for a break structure to the upside. Oh, the 4-hour candle closed. Let's check it out. Yeah, we closed below this, so we have a new break structure to the downside, which means that we are not classifying this trade as valid. We are not looking for longs anymore. For us to find a trade this day, we would have to sweep the London high. So let's check that. If that happens, latest fill time for the day is 18:45. As you can see, that does not happen. So let's get into the new day right there. So here we have the new day. So let's get straight into it. First we mark out 8, and then 1, and then midnight. Now we got the 4-hour. Let's break structure to the downside, boom, right there, meaning we are bearish, which means we need to sweep the high, which is located here. So we wait for price to sweep Asia high. Okay, if this wants to move, okay, all right. Let's replay this. So we sweep the high right there. Okay, we do not, we actually sweep it on this candle, and that candle is also the bearish candle. So now we have what we need to put the fake out zone, which means previous session low to the current session high, and this right here is the fake out zone. So I'm going to mark it out with a box, and what we need is for price to come back up into this level for us to validate this as a fake out zone. It happens here, which means it's valid. Now we need a break structure to the downside on a fractal, which happens here, as you can see. Boom, break structure. Now we use the high to the low that created the break structure for our fib tool, and we can set the entry, or we can keep extending the fib until we get the entry. So let's see, will we get the entry, or will price just go without us? Okay, this looks like we got the entry here. So I'm going to set it up here, and stop loss goes at the 1.025 level because that's including spread. So in case price touches the high that we have, so that we have some like movement around it, so that we don't get stopped out instantly by spread. And we have 3R here, so let's do a sell button right there. And once we get tapped, which is right here, all we have to do is set and forget. Let the trade play out. In this case, we were stopped. It is what it is. We move on to the next trade. It's basically simple as that. That's all you need for this. And also, so the way that I would backtest this and I would journal this is we take a picture, we move over to Notion, check the date, 13th, -1 hour. It happened in London session, and just put up the picture here and mark out this as red because we lost the trade. On to the next. Let's see if we can get a trade in New York as well. So the bias is still bearish, but we have a potential close at 14 for the bias to be bullish. So let's just keep that in mind by putting this little vertical line, and let's check it out. Okay, we did close with the candle, but we did not close above this fractal, which means we are still remaining bearish, which means we need price to sweep this high, which is a London high. Okay, boom. Let's see if we do it here. Was this a sweep? Let's check it out. No. Okay, we sweep it here. We give a bearish candle as well. So let's mark out previous session low, which is here, to current session high, which is here. This is our fake out zone. So price has to retrace back into it for us to validate this as a fake out zone, which is right here. So let's see if price does it. It does it here, which means the fake out has been completed. Now we need a break of structure to the downside. That happens as well right there. And this would be your trade. Put the fib from the high to the low, and now we wait for price to retrace to our fib level, which cannot happen, or which can happen, but as you can see, 1845 was here, which means we didn't get filled, which means we stop looking for the trade. This is the only trade we took today, so we move on to the next day. So let's do another day, Thursday. Boom. Let's see it. So the strategy is good. You're of course going to experience some losing streaks, but that's completely normal with this strategy, because when you look at it, you need you can take 3 losses and win 1 time, and you're already back at break even, so it shouldn't matter that much for you. So right now the bias is bullish because we're close to the upside, as you can see on this fractal. So that's the most recent break of structure, and it's to the upside. So now let's see what we have here. So we need price to sweep Asia low, which is in this case right there. As you can see, that's the lowest point in Asia range. So we mark out Asia low. Let's see if price can take it. My internet is very good, so don't mind it. Looks like we did not take out. Okay, we did. Why is it doing this, bro? Oh my god. Okay. So we take out, we give a bullish candle. This candle obviously fakes out, no break of structure though, which means that we need to look for a low of London, which gets swept right there. Bullish candle, fake out to the downside. Now we need a break of structure to the upside. So let's see if it provides us with that. Okay. Keep an eye out for the latest fill time. As you can see, price does give the break of structure right there with this bullish candle to the upside. So bottom to, okay, fib to bottom to the high that gave the break. And as you can see, this will probably fill us into the trade. So let's put the fib to, sorry, the position sizing tool like this. And let's see if we're going to get filled in this. We are filled. The next thing you have to do is let it play out. That's all you have to do. Stopped out, on to the next. We are going to journal this as well. So this is a process of backtesting with this strategy. The results like these are completely normal. You have to get that 80-90% strategy out of your mind. That is not going to happen unless you have like 1-to-1 or 1 to 0.75 or something like that. So this is all you need to make the money, like the most money you can actually make in your life. Like you just have to be smart about evals and all of that. So let's do another example here. By the way, I'm not like scripting this. As you can see, we took 2 losses in a row. I don't know what will happen next. We can take the third loss as well. I'm not sure what's going to happen. And I don't know for how long I'm going to keep doing the video if we have straight losses. So doesn't matter, let's keep the video going. Okay, so we are bearish right now because we closed right there to the downside. So we are looking for for price action to do what? What is this, bro? Okay, as I've said, we are bearish because of this. So we are looking on 5-minute time frame for price to sweep the high, which in this case is located right at midnight. So let's see what happens here. Okay, we might put in a new high by 8, which we did, which is now right there. And let's see if price can sweep that. I'm gonna keep it up, keep going a little faster because the video is going to be too long if I don't. So we sweep here, give a bearish candle. This next candle goes up and fakes out. So now we need a break structure to the downside. Price keeps going up. Let's see it. Do we get it? Yeah, right there. That's the break structure. Boom, boom, top to low. Let's see if price can fill us into this trade or will it keep going down. Okay, I think this looks like a fill. Yes, it did. Just gonna replay so that I make sure I get filled. Boom, shorts, boom. Okay, what the fuck, broskis? So right here, and then 3R. Sorry, this has to be like this, and this, and let me do this as well. So that this is all we need. We get filled in right there. What do we do once we get filled? We fucking let the trade play out. Boom, let it play out. Let's see it. Looks like a rough one. Oh, we have to take something into consideration, and that's the Friday 8 p.m. close or pull out. We have to pull out of the trade at Friday at 8 p.m. because that's what the rules state. Let's see. Okay, boom. This is Friday night 8 p.m. close. Let's see for what are we closed. We closed for 1-to-1. Okay, so close out of the trade. Put a little screenshot on that 15th plus 1R in NY session. Boom. Boom. Okay, so here's the day after this trade. Let's check the bias. So I already marked out 8 a.m., 1 p.m. and midnight. The bias is bearish as well. So from this break structure to the downside, that's the most recent break structure, and it's to the downside. So we are bearish, and we have a high here. That's Asia high. So let's just okay. What I don't know why this keeps happening, but okay. Asia high. Boom. Wait for it to get swept. It's swept right here. As you can see, this candle is a sweep. So if it touches it, it's still a sweep. It's still counted as a sweep. We have a bearish candle, which means now we need a fake out. So previous session low to the current session high, like this. This is our box right there that we need for price to be considered, for price to fake out. So we need to retrace back into the fake out zone. It happens on the next candle. And now we are looking for the break of structure on the fractal to the downside because we are bearish, and we are waiting for that right now. We do not get it here. Let's keep going. Okay, we get one here, and I'll have to come back with this candle. So this right here is the break of structure, and now we have to put the fib from the top to the high, to the low that gave the break, which is this one. And at this point you keep extending it, and if price retraces to your entry, you put the entry. As we saw, the candle did fill us in, so let's put the entry. Boom. We get tapped in on this candle like this. So in reality, price went down, then you had to put your fib tool like this, and then price came back up and filled you in the same candle. Okay, so you'll be getting a little bit lower entry, but anyway, I'm going to keep it like this just for because why would it? Just because it is easier for me. So after this, all you do is let it play out, and as you can see, we get hit for a take profit on this one. So now you have it all. Basically, I gave you a loss example, I gave you an example where we pull out of the trade, and I gave you an example where price hit take profit. Now, there are some different confluences that we use, some different models, and that is a 15-minute model where we exclude the fake out, and that is also there is also a New York crossover that we also have when we do not get the fill until our last fill time. So once the new session opens, we can still look for that same trade if the New York crossover rule is met. So if you want to learn more about these rules and everything, you can join the TMB VIP section and learn with us, like trade with us every day. Or you can actually, if you want to get to know the model deeper and faster, you can reach out to me in my DMs on any social platform I have, social media platform, and just hit me up with a DM. Tell me what your goals are, tell me who you are, where you're from, and let's get to know each other. Let's get to work. Let's make you profitable. So with that, I'm ending this video, and I hope you learned something from this video as well. And definitely comment about something that I maybe missed or something that you want me to explain more, and I'll do that for you. Thank you guys. See you in the next one.